Have you ever found yourself in that puzzling situation where no matter how hard you work or how much money comes into your bank account, it never seems to actually grow?
Hmm.
You pay the bills, you swipe your card for daily necessities, maybe a few treats, and somehow, at the end of the month, that balance feels stuck, or worse, has barely shifted, leaving you feeling perpetually broke.
Yeah, that feeling.
It's that persistent, frustrating sense of running on a financial treadmill, putting in all the effort, but never truly gaining ground. You're not alone in that feeling.
It's a scenario that resonates with far too many people. A quiet frustration that just sort of gnaws away. And our source material today shines a spotlight on a surprising culprit, often lurking right in your wallet.
Right there.
It's not just your spending habits, though, those certainly play a part, but something more fundamental. The very design and underlying mechanics of a specific financial tool.
Yeah, exactly. For this deep dive, our mission is to cut through the marketing noise and reveal the surprising, almost counterintuitive ways credit cards subtly trap you, turning a perceived convenience into a silent wealth drain.
Uh-huh.
We're not just scratching the surface, we're diving deep into the psychological and financial mechanisms that are often invisible, yet incredibly powerful. Think of this as a playbook for outsmarting a system designed to keep you on that treadmill.
Yeah, getting under the hood.
We'll be extracting the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight from our provided sources, offering you a shortcut to being truly well-informed on this absolutely crucial financial topic.
It's quite the contrast, isn't it? We live in a world where credit cards are almost universally marketed as these incredible tools of freedom.
Everywhere you look.
You're constantly bombarded with messages about rewards, points that promise travel, tempting cash back, and the seemingly benevolent buy now, pay later options.
Right. Sounds great on paper.
They're presented as gateways to instant gratification, financial flexibility, and even a touch of luxury. The image is one of empowerment.
But our source material presents a powerful counter-narrative, suggesting that for a significant portion of the population, these shiny plastic rectangles are, in fact, tools of financial slavery.
Wow, yeah, that's a strong term.
And that's a pretty stark contrast to the freedom narrative we're fed, isn't it?
Absolutely.
By the end of this deep dive, you'll not only understand the subtle, insidious ways credit cards silently drain your wealth, but also how to either master them and use them wisely, or perhaps ditch them altogether and truly break free.
Making an informed choice.
Prepare for an eye-opening, true aha moment journey. Let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's dive into the first big piece of this intricate puzzle, the illusion of free money, and the profound psychology behind why we overspend with plastic.
Right, the magic part.
It really does feel like magic when you pull out that credit card, doesn't it? Whether it's for your morning coffee, a new piece of tech you've been eyeing, or those spontaneous online purchases.
Click, click, done.
It's just a quick swipe or a few digits entered. There's no immediate physical exchange of cash, no tangible loss, no visible reduction of bills in your wallet.
None of that friction.
It's simply swipe now, worry later. And that later is precisely where the most cunning part of the trap lies.
What's fascinating here, and what our sources delve into, is the sophisticated psychological mechanism at play. When you pay with physical cash, there's an immediate, tangible pain of payment.
You feel it.
You literally see the bills leave your hand, you feel your wallet lighten, and that sends a clear signal to your brain. Money is gone. It's an instant, visceral feedback loop that makes you acutely aware of the cost of whatever you're buying.
Makes sense.
But credit cards and even mobile payment apps cleverly remove this instant feedback. Psychologists and behavioral economists call this payment decoupling.
Payment decoupling.
Okay. The act of purchasing is neatly separated from the act of paying, delaying that inherent financial pain and making the transaction feel less impactful, less real almost.
And this isn't just a minor mental trick. The impact on our spending habits, according to the research our source cites, is dramatic.
Oh, yeah. Prepare yourself.
Studies have shown that people tend to spend up to a staggering 83% more with cards than they do with physical cash.
83%.
Think about that for a moment.
Yeah.
Almost double your spending just because of the payment method.
It is huge.
It's not a small difference. It's a monumental shift in consumer behavior driven by this psychological quirk. Imagine if every time you reached for your credit card, you knew you were effectively signing up to spend almost twice what you would have if you just used cash.
Yeah. That perspective changes things, doesn't it?
That's the reality this decoupling creates.
Precisely. This isn't anecdotal. It's a statistically proven behavioral shift. Because of this decoupling, that internal budget you might have in your head, or even a written one, becomes incredibly easy to disregard.
Just bypass it.
You're prone to overspending often without consciously realizing it. It's the difference between seeing a $50 bill leave your wallet for a dinner out versus swiping a card and simply adding to an abstract number on a statement that you won't see for weeks.
Right, the abstract number.
The latter feels almost fictionless.
So when you think about it, that brand new outfit you didn't really need, but loved in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Those takeout meals that one by one seem insignificant but add up every week.
The little things.
Or that latest gadget you just had to have because it was on sale. Each individual transaction, when paid with a credit card, feels frictionless and painless in the moment.
Yep. Swipe, get the thing, move on.
You swipe, you get the item, and life moves on. There's no immediate ding to your checking account, no physical reminder of the money leaving your possession, and certainly no immediate calculation of your dwindling funds.
And because that immediate pain or awareness is absent, it's incredibly easy to swipe again tomorrow and the day after. These seemingly small, isolated transactions accumulate silently, almost like a financial drip.
It's a slow leak.
Before you know it, you're not just spending a little more than you intended. You're living significantly beyond your actual means, and it's happening without any conscious realization of the true financial erosion taking place.
Wow.
Our source highlights this as a silent erosion of financial discipline, often perfectly masked by the convenience of plastic.
Yeah?
This psychological trick, this profound payment decoupling, truly paves the way for the most direct and dangerous financial drain of all interest.
And here's where it gets really interesting and, frankly, quite dangerous. We're moving from the subtle psychological illusion to the cold, hard, often brutal math of the interest trap.
Okay, the dollars and cents.
This isn't just an accidental byproduct. This is the core mechanism, the very heart of the credit card company's business model. It thrives on one thing: keeping you in debt.
What's truly astonishing here is how simple this mechanism is, yet how profoundly impactful it is on millions of households. Let's take a concrete example from our source material. Imagine you have a $1,000 balance on your credit card. Most credit cards today carry an annual percentage rate, or APR, around 20%, and frankly, that's actually on the lower side for many cards, especially if you have an average credit score.
20% feels high already, but okay.
Right. Now, the credit card company only requires you to pay a minimum amount each month, which is typically a very small percentage of the balance, plus the interest accrued that month.
The tiny minimum payment.
Knowing that, if you only ever paid the absolute minimum amount required, how long do you think it would take you to pay off that original $1,000?
I'd hope not too long. Maybe a year, if you're disciplined with minimums. What did the source say? I have a feeling I'm about to be shocked.
Prepare to be shocked. Our source reveals that if you only pay the minimum amount on that $1,000 balance at 20% interest, it will actually take you almost 5 years to pay it off.
5 years? Seriously?
5 years for $1,000. But it gets worse. During those 5 years, you won't just pay back the $1,000 you originally borrowed. you'll end up paying an extra $600 just in interest.
$600.
Extra $600 just in interest. That's $600 you literally gave away. Money that vanished into the credit card company's coffers, providing absolutely no tangible benefit or service to you.
Wow.
It's pure profit for them, a direct transfer of your wealth.
That's absolutely mind-boggling. An extra $600 for just $1,000. That clearly illustrates the core strategy of these companies.
It really does.
Our sources explicitly state that credit card companies want you to pay the minimum. That's precisely how they keep you in debt, maximizing their interest revenue over the longest possible period.
That's the goal.
The entire system is meticulously designed to bleed you slowly, month after month, year after year. It's not about quick wins for them. It's about sustained long-term revenue generated from your indebtedness.
Yeah.
They set minimum payments low enough to seem affordable, yet high enough to keep you perpetually tied to them.
It truly is like a financial treadmill where you keep running, putting in effort, making those minimum payments, but you never actually move forward financially.
Stuck in place.
You're expending precious energy, sacrificing future financial freedom and opportunities, all to stay in the same place, stuck under the crushing weight of debt. What's truly fascinating here, and quite insidious, is how this business model relies on our inertia and the psychological comfort of making small, seemingly manageable payments.
Right. It feels like you're doing something.
Exactly. Even if those payments stretch on for years and ultimately cost us hundreds, if not thousands, in pure interest. The interest alone can quickly overshadow the principal amount, making it a constant uphill battle.
So why do so many people continue to embrace credit cards despite this obvious trap, and with the clear understanding that interest is a massive drain?
Good question.
Well, a significant part of the answer lies in the widely advertised benefits that promise to make credit cards worthwhile, which brings us to our next crucial point, the rewards myth.
Ah, yes, the points, the miles, the cash back, that's the exact narrative, isn't it? When you bring up the perils of credit card debt, someone will always interject.
Always.
But wait, what about the rewards? What about the cash back? I get points for my spending and I pay it off every month.
It sounds logical.
It sounds so appealing, almost too good to be true. The idea that you can spend money you were going to spend anyway and somehow get something valuable back for it, like free travel or cash in your pocket.
It's a very compelling pitch. But let's look at the uncomfortable truth, the cold, hard data comparison provided by our source material. This is where the illusion really starts to unravel.
Okay, let's see the numbers.
The average American household, according to the latest figures, pays over $1,000 a year in credit card interest charges.
$1,000 a year just in interest. Ouch.
Now hold that number in your mind, $1,000 just in interest. Contrast that with the average annual cashback reward earned by cardholders, which, according to the same sources, is under $300.
Under 300. So,
Do the math. Seriously, we encourage you to take a moment to do the simple math.
you're consistently losing way more, hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars more than you're actually gaining. That supposed $300 in cash back or the equivalent value in points for a free flight is utterly dwarfed by the average $1,000 in interest.
It's not even close.
It's not even a fair trade. It's a net loss for the vast majority of users who carry a balance. Even if you don't carry a balance but pay annual fees or incur occasional late fees, that free benefit can quickly evaporate.
Indeed. It's like a financial optical illusion, a carefully constructed mirage. Yes, points, miles, and perks sound incredibly enticing, and they are presented as a genuine benefit that everyone could enjoy. But our source uses a powerful metaphor for this. They're like shiny bait.
Shiny bait, I like that.
The fish sees the food, the promise of cash back, a free flight, a fancy hotel stay, but completely ignores the hook hidden beneath.
Ah, the hook.
That hook is the interest, the late fees, and the insidious tendency to overspend that so often accompany credit card use. You're lured by the perceived gain, but fail to see the much larger, often hidden cost.
And that's the insidious part. You're not getting free vacations or truly free cash back. You're absolutely paying for them. And then some with all that accumulated interest, any late fees you might incur,
Right.
and the general tendency to overspend when using plastic instead of cash. What stands out to me here is how effectively this shiny bait distracts us from the fundamental draining reality of the credit card business model.
Keeps your eye off the ball.
Totally. We focus intently on the small perceived gain while ignoring the much larger, often hidden, and far more significant loss that the system is designed to inflict.
Mm.
Even for those incredibly disciplined users who pay off their balance every month, the data suggests that the sheer volume of overspending across the user base still makes rewards a profitable endeavor for the companies. They're still winning.
This raises an important question for us all to consider. Are we truly evaluating the net benefit of these rewards programs, considering all the associated costs, the potential for behavioral changes like overspending, and the opportunity cost of having that money tied up in debt?
Good question to ask yourself.
Or are we just being swayed by the irresistible allure of the freebie, allowing it to obscure the true financial consequences?
Yeah.
And if the interest and the myth of rewards aren't enough to silently drain your wealth, there are even more direct financial hits waiting to land.
That's absolutely right. Because beyond the seductive illusion of free money and the silent, grinding grain of interest, there is a whole never-ending list of hidden fees and penalties that add insult to injury.
Insult to injury is right.
It's not just about the cost of borrowing, it's about the cost of simply having and using the card in ways that aren't perfectly aligned with the credit card company's meticulously crafted terms and conditions.
The fine print.
Exactly, the fine print.
And these fees can really stack up, can't they? Let's talk about some of the most common ones, our source highlights. There are late fees, which are notoriously quick to kick in, often within a day of your payment due date.
Damn. Instantly.
A typical example is a $35 fee immediately tacked onto your balance just for missing a payment deadline.
$35, just like that.
But it doesn't stop there. Many premium or rewards cards also come with annual fees, which are essentially a charge just for the privilege of carrying the card, regardless of whether you carry a balance or how much you spend.
Right, you pay just to have it.
These can range from $50 to hundreds of dollars a year, essentially eating into any rewards you might accrue before you even start.
Then you've got balance transfer fees. If you try to move debt from one card to another, usually costing a percentage of the amount transferred, often 3% or 5% of the total right off the bat.
So moving debt costs you money too.
Yep. So transferring a $5,000 balance could instantly cost you $150 to $250. And heaven forbid you ever need to take a cash advance directly from your credit line.
Oof, cash advances.
The fees for these are often incredibly steep, sometimes 5% or more of the amount, plus immediate higher interest rates that start accruing from day one with no grace period.
No grace period at all.
Yep. Starts ticking immediately. Each of these fees is a direct hit to your wallet, immediately reducing your available funds without providing any corresponding value or tangible benefit. They are pure cost.
And here's the compounding effect that really makes these fees dangerous, particularly the late payment ones. Missing a payment by even one day can not only incur that immediate $35 fee, but it can also cause your interest rate to shoot even higher.
The penalty APR.
This is often an APR penalty, where your standard interest rate, say 20%, suddenly jumps to 29.99% or even higher, sometimes for all of your existing balance, not just new purchases.
For the whole balance, wow.
This dramatically increases the cost of carrying any debt, pushing you deeper into the red, making every dollar you owe much more expensive to carry. It's a double whammy, a flat fee, and then a sustained higher cost of debt.
So, what you might perceive as the mere convenience of swiping your card, that comforting feeling of having a financial safety net or extra purchasing power, can very, very quickly become incredibly expensive.
Very quickly.
These fees aren't just minor annoyances, they're significant financial penalties that are designed to trap you further and extract more money from you, especially when you're already vulnerable due to a missed payment or an urgent need for cash.
Kicking you when you're down.
It's a system meticulously crafted to capitalize on any misstep, pushing you further into indebtedness. And all these individual components, the illusion of free money, the crushing interest, the misleading rewards, and these punitive fees, they all culminate in a truly dangerous and pervasive pattern.
And that dangerous pattern is precisely what our source calls the debt spiral. It's a vicious cycle that most people, often unknowingly, fall into.
Yeah, it creeps up on you.
It's a predictable, insidious progression that, once you're caught in its grip, becomes incredibly hard to escape without deliberate, concentrated effort. It's like a financial undertow that slowly pulls you out to sea.
Let's walk through this cycle step by step because understanding it is so critical to recognizing and breaking free from it. It starts subtly, simply enough. You swipe your card for things you can't quite afford in the moment.
The starting point.
Maybe it's an impulse buy driven by that payment decoupling. Maybe it's an unexpected expense like a car repair, or perhaps it's simply a desire for something you just don't have immediate cash for.
And then, naturally, the balance begins to grow. It accumulates quietly, sometimes almost unnoticed, building steadily over time across various purchases.
Yeah, drip by drip.
You might not see the sum total until that monthly statement arrives, if you even check it thoroughly.
And then the typical response, the one that feels responsible and manageable, is to pay the minimum amount due each month.
Just enough to get by.
This prevents late fees, it keeps your account in good standing, and it gives you a temporary sense of relief. But as we discussed, paying the minimum ensures that interest piles on relentlessly.
Right back to the interest trap.
That $1,000 balance from earlier, taking 5 years and $600 in extra interest to pay off, is a perfect, painful illustration of this exact stage. You're effectively just servicing the debt, not meaningfully reducing the principal.
Yes, treading water, or maybe sinking slowly.
Pretty much.
And what happens next is a key, often overlooked part of the spiral. You start to feel stressed. The growing debt weighs on you, the balances loom larger,
That anxiety kicks in.
and you might find yourself needing a little comfort or facing another unexpected emergency that you still don't have cash for. So what do?
Uh-oh.
You swipe again, either for a temporary comfort purchase to alleviate the stress,
Yeah.
or because you genuinely need it for an emergency that you can't cover with cash or savings. It's a desperate measure that ironically digs you deeper.
And then the cycle repeats. Each new swipe adds to the balance, which means more interest, a longer repayment period for even the original debt, and increased stress, which often leads right back to the card.
Yet feeds itself.
What's fascinating here is how these seemingly small, isolated financial decisions can converge into a pervasive, suffocating feeling of being trapped. It creates a profound, life-altering implication. Suddenly, you're not working for yourself anymore. You're working for the bank.
That's a heavy thought.
Your income, your effort, much of it is being diverted to service debt rather than building your own wealth, investing in your future, or achieving your personal goals. It's a constant drain that siphons off your earning power.
That's the ultimate trade-off, isn't it?
Yeah.
Our source frames it powerfully. You're trading your future freedom for today's fleeting convenience or gratification.
Future freedom for today's convenience, yeah.
That momentary comfort, that instant solution to a pressing problem, comes at a significant long-term cost to your financial independence, your peace of mind, and your ability to truly control your own destiny.
Mhm.
What stands out to you about this cycle? Have you seen yourself or someone you know caught in this pattern, perhaps without fully realizing the interconnectedness of these steps?
It's easy to see how it happens.
Recognizing this cycle for what it is, a deliberate design, is the first crucial step. The good news is there are clear, practical steps to break free.
And that's exactly what we want to transition to now. Practical steps for financial liberation direct from our source material. This isn't just about understanding the problem, it's about giving you the tools to overcome it.
Let's get practical.
Our source provides 3 clear, actionable strategies to break this cycle, and they build on each other.
Okay, number one. The first, and arguably the most foundational step from our source, is deceptively simple. Stop using credit cards for everyday expenses.
Just stop. Cold turkey on the daily stuff.
This isn't about getting rid of them entirely just yet for everyone, but about fundamentally changing how you use them, or rather not use them for routine purchases.
The practical application here is straightforward and immediate for things like groceries, gas, eating out, daily shopping. The recurring expenses that often subtly build up those balances, switch to using a debit card or physical cash.
Back to basics. Debit or cash?
This simple act immediately brings back that tangible, immediate pain of spending that credit cards so cleverly remove through payment decoupling.
Feel the money leaving again.
When you see the actual money leave your hands or your bank account instantly, your brain registers the cost in a way it simply doesn't with a credit card swipe.
Exactly. The underlying principle is powerfully simple, almost old-fashioned, but incredibly effective. If the money isn't there in your debit account or physically in your wallet in cash, you simply can't spend it.
Can't spend what you don't have. Simple as that.
This instantly halts that cycle of payment decoupling we discussed earlier and helps to rewire your spending habits. You immediately become more conscious of every dollar leaving your possession, forcing you to align your spending with your actual available funds.
Builds that discipline back.
This seemingly small change can instantly curb impulsive overspending and prevent new debt from accumulating. It's about building a direct, undeniable connection between the act of spending and the depletion of your funds.
This change forces that immediate feedback loop. You're no longer operating under the dangerous illusion of free money. Instead, you're confronting your budget in real time every single time you make a purchase.
Real-time reality check.
Many of our sources suggest even adopting the envelope system for various spending categories as a powerful way to reinforce this cash-based discipline.
The envelope system.
You allocate cash to specific envelopes for groceries, entertainment, etc. And when an envelope is empty, that's it. You're done for that category until the next budgeting period. This simple change is crucial for building a more disciplined, mindful financial approach.
Okay, so step one, stop the bleeding. Use debit or cash for everyday stuff. What's next?
Right. Once you've stopped adding new debt, or at least slowed it way down.
Once you've stopped the bleeding by curbing new spending and breaking that payment decoupling habit, the next critical step is to aggressively attack your existing balances.
Time to fight back.
And the crucial advice here from our source is unequivocal. Pay more than the minimum way more if you can possibly manage it.
Not just a little more, way more.
As we saw with that $1,000 example, merely paying the minimum extends the debt for years and piles on hundreds in interest. So simply committing to paying more than that minimum amount is truly transformative, cutting down both the time in debt and the total interest paid.
Our source highlights 2 common, effective approaches for tackling existing debt, often referred to as targeting strategies, and understanding them helps you choose the best fit for you.
Okay, 2 strategies.
The first is to focus on the card with the highest interest rate first. This is frequently called the debt avalanche method.
Avalanche. Got it. Highest interest first.
From a purely mathematical perspective, this strategy saves you the most money because you're systematically eliminating the most expensive debt first, which directly reduces the total amount of interest you'll pay over the entire repayment period.
Makes mathematical sense.
You pay the minimum on all other cards and throw every extra dollar at the highest interest one until it's gone. Then move to the next highest.
Then there's the other powerful approach, focusing on the smallest balance for quick wins. This is popularly known as the debt snowball method.
The snowball. Okay, opposite approach.
With this strategy, you pay the minimum on all your cards, except for the one with the smallest balance, which you aggressively pay off first.
Knock out the little guys first.
Once that smallest debt is completely cleared, you then take the money you were paying on that smallest card and snowball it by adding it to the payment for the next smallest balance. You continue this process, gaining momentum as each debt is conquered.
The debt snowball doesn't necessarily save you the most money mathematically compared to the avalanche, but our sources point out it builds incredible psychological momentum.
Ah, the psychological win.
Getting that first small debt completely paid off provides a powerful boost of motivation, a tangible victory that shows you that you can do it, fueling your drive to tackle the next one and the next.
So avalanche saves more money, snowball builds momentum. Choose your weapon.
Exactly. Understanding these two approaches allows you to choose the one that best suits your personality and financial situation, whether you prioritize mathematical savings or psychological wins and motivation.
But the main thing is,
But the core principle is the same for both.
Hmm.
Pay significantly more than the minimum. Revisit that $1,000 example we used earlier. Paying even just an extra $50, $100 each month drastically cuts down the time it takes to clear the debt and the amount of interest you hand over.
huge difference.
It's a powerful strategy for reclaiming your money and your future.
Okay, so stop using cards daily. Attack the balances with gusto. What's the third step?
And finally, a step that's often overlooked but is absolutely essential for long-term financial liberation and preventing a relapse into debt: building an emergency fund.
The emergency fund. Crucial.
Our source highlights a key, painful reason why many people fall back into the debt spiral even after working hard to pay down their balances. They rely on credit cards during emergencies because they don't have any savings.
Right. Life happens, and if
Yeah.
you have no cushion,
You reach for the card again. This is a critically important point that cannot be overstated. Without a dedicated financial safety net, any unexpected expense, a sudden car repair, an unforeseen medical bill, a necessary home repair, or even a temporary job loss can immediately send you spiraling back into credit card debt, even if you've worked incredibly hard to pay it down.
undoes all the hard work.
An emergency fund acts as that crucial buffer, shielding you from these unforeseen financial shocks and preventing the cycle from restarting.
Exactly. Our source emphasizes that even a modest amount, like $500 saved up, can be enough to keep you from falling into debt again for smaller unexpected issues.
$500 can make a big difference.
It doesn't have to be thousands of dollars initially, though that's the long-term goal. Just a modest, accessible amount can prevent you from automatically defaulting to that credit card when life inevitably throws you a curveball.
Buys you breathing room.
It's about creating that crucial first layer of defense, that immediate alternative to high-interest debt.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, building this fund is about creating a foundational financial safety net that fundamentally changes the dynamic between you and your money.
Changes the whole game.
You're no longer constantly vulnerable to every unexpected expense, forced to borrow at exorbitant rates. Instead, you're building resilience and stability, ensuring that your hard-won path to financial freedom isn't derailed by the next emergency that comes along.
Makes sense.
Our sources suggest aiming for at least $1,000 to start, then eventually 3 to 6 months of living expenses. It's about proactive protection rather than reactive borrowing, giving you true financial peace of mind.
So, to recap this deep dive, credit cards aren't just innocuous pieces of plastic. As our source so powerfully illustrates, they're carefully designed traps to keep you paying, swiping, and stressing.
Design traps.
The truth is, the banks win when you lose. Their sophisticated business model thrives on your debt, on those tantalizingly low minimum payments, and on every fee and interest charge you incur. It's a game they're built to win.
But now that you know the game and understand its rules and hidden mechanisms, you don't have to play it.
You can choose not to play.
That was the entire goal of this deep dive, to provide you with that crucial understanding, to pull back the curtain on these psychological and financial mechanisms. Knowledge, in this case, truly is power.
Absolutely.
And it's the absolutely essential first step towards reclaiming your financial autonomy and forging your own path.
Imagine a life where your money is truly yours, where you're not living paycheck to paycheck because debt is constantly siphoning off your hard-earned income,
Sounds good.
and where your financial future is firmly and confidently in your hands, not controlled by credit card statements. That vision, as suggested by our source, is entirely achievable once you understand the mechanics of the trap and take these deliberate, informed steps to avoid it.
Yeah.
It's a vision of freedom. Real freedom.
Given everything we've just unpacked about the psychological and financial mechanisms of credit cards and the clear paths to breaking free, what's one immediate habit or mindset shift you're considering to take back control of your financial future?
Something to think about.
We invite you to reflect on that as you move forward from this deep dive.